started, I did want to let you know that there is a Spotify playlist linked down in the description that you can listen to alongside this video. I'll give you a moment to get that situated, and then when you're ready, meet me down on your mat. We'll get started by coming into a seated position, whatever that looks like for you. Cross-legged, legs out in front of you. You can sit in a long butterfly. Whatever feels good, that's where you're gonna go. We'll take the hands right to the tops of the legs, open up through the chest, rolling the shoulders down and back. We'll take 4 deep breaths just to set the mood. Big inhale to breathe in through your nose, fill the body up with air. Think about expanding through the rib cage from side to side and front to back. And then we'll exhale out, let all of that air go. Good. For 3 more, big inhale. And then exhale out, let all of that air go. Good. For 2, big inhale. And then exhale out, let it go. This will be our last one. Big inhale. And then exhale out, let everything go. Good. With that last exhale, we'll bring ourselves up into a tabletop position, taking the knees underneath you, bringing the hands underneath you as well. We have the wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. You can untuck your toes, trying to press the tops of your feet into the mat. Press down into the fingertips, into the knuckles, and into the heels of the hands, pressing up and away from your mat. From here, we inhale as you arch through the back, open up through the chest, draw the shoulder blades together. Exhale as you curve the spine up, looking towards the tops of your legs, pointing the crown of your head down. We hold this curve in the spine as you reach the hips towards the heels. Good. Exhale as you pull things forward, and then inhale, arch at the back, open up through the chest. For 3 more like that. We curve through the spine like we're an angry cat. Reach hips towards the heels. Bring things forward, and then inhale, arch at the back, let it go. Good. We curve the spine, reach hips towards the heels, bring it forward, arch the back. For 1 more, we curve the spine, reach the hips to the heels, bring things forward, and then inhale, you arch as you come out of that curved spine. Good. From right here, we're coming back through to a tabletop. Left knee can come in more towards the center of the body. We're lifting the right leg up, flexing through the foot. I want you to open your right knee out towards the right side of the room, pulling your knee towards your elbow, and then pressing your right leg back up. For 3 more, it's just a circle moving in that direction. In my head, these braids were such a good idea, but now that I'm on my 3rd video, I'm like, I don't know, maybe it wasn't a good idea. Maybe I should have just kept my hair back. This is our last one. We lift up, we open the knee, pull things in, and then the right knee can come home. Same thing on the left. We lift the left knee up, flexing through the foot. You'll open your knee out towards the left side of the room, bringing the knee closer towards the elbow, and then pressing that left leg back up. For 3 more, we open, pull things in, circle it around, and then lift up for 2. And then last one. Good. Everything comes in, left knee comes down, and then we'll reach the hips towards the heels, walking the hands in towards the knees, stacking shoulders on top of hips. From here, let's lift the arms up overhead. Big inhale. And then exhale, you can take the right hand down by your side, reaching the left arm up and over, finding a nice big side body stretch through the left side. When you're ready to come up through center, take the right arm up to meet the left, and then take your left hand down, reach the right arm up, opening up through the right side, finding space from hip to rib cage to armpit. Good. When you're ready, we're coming through center. We'll swing the legs so they go out from underneath us. You'll find a seated position, feet in front of you, and we're just gonna roll it down towards the mat, nice and slow. Reach the arms out in front of you. Big inhale as you sit up tall, pressing the chest forward, rolling the shoulders down and back. We'll exhale to draw in from the center of the body. I want you to think about bringing the rib cage closer towards your hips so that you can find a curve through your spine. You start to roll things down, and we're rolling down slowly and with control. If you've learned anything throughout this challenge, if you've learned anything by doing class with me, it's that slow And controlled is the name of the game. We're right about at the mid-back. Base of the shoulder blades come down. Your shoulders go down. Your head comes down, and then you can reach your arms all the way back overhead. Hopefully you don't have furniture right around you. If you do, this is the point that you realize it. From here, hands can come down by your sides. If you are too close to something around you, just scoot your hips forward a little bit on your mat. That's what I'm gonna do. Your hands will come down by your sides. We're going to lift the legs so they come up to tabletop, all right? From right here, I want you bringing the big toes and the heels together. If you can bring the inner thighs together as well, that's awesome. I can't quite bring them together. My hips don't do that. Okay, we're going to take an inhale as you tilt the knees over towards the right, lifting the left hip just a little bit off of the mat. Exhale as we come through center. Same thing over towards the left. We tilt to the left, lifting the right hip just a little bit off of the mat. Exhale as we come through center. For 4 more each side to the right. And then to the left. We'll go for 3. And 3. For 2, it's always a little bit harder than it looks, at least for me. For 2 and 2. I never want to put words in your mouth, okay? This is your practice, right? I'm just here to guide you through. This is our last one to the right, and then last one to the left. Good. Once you come back through center, you're stopping with the legs in tabletop. We're going to be bringing the hands behind the head. You'll open up through your elbows, open up through your chest, and then just bring your head back down towards the mat. Maybe that feels a little bit more comfy. For me, it definitely feels more comfy. We'll keep the left leg where it's at. I want you to take your right leg, keeping the knee bent. You're going to open your right leg up like you're opening up a book. Good. You'll find a point that you can't go anymore, that the hips start to move. You'll exhale, pull the right leg back in. Same thing on the left. Right leg stays still. We open up through the left side, again, like you're opening up a book. Exhale as we take everything back through center. Let's do 4 more there each side, and then we're going to build off of that. This is 4. And 4. Keep breathing for 3. And 3. If you would like to do more, you're more than welcome to lift up into an ab curl or an upper body crunch. Lifting to the base of the shoulder blades, you can totally do that. It's an option I'll give you. It's not an option I'm gonna take for myself right now. This will be our last one, opening to the right. And we'll close. Last one, opening to the left. And then we close. Now from here, we build off of that. I want you to take your right leg. You're going to open the right leg out, bring it back through center, and then we're going to pull the knees towards the left armpit as we crunch up through head, neck, and shoulders, bringing the left armpit towards the knees. Inhale, everything goes back out. Your head goes down. Same thing on the left. We open up the left side. Everything comes in. We crunch up through head, neck, and shoulders, pulling the knees towards the right armpit. We go out. Right leg opens, right leg closes, knees pull towards the left side. Okay, and if you aren't completely confident on what this movement is, I want you to pause the video, dial it back a couple of seconds, and then go from there. See if it makes a little bit more sense when you rewind. Good. I will always say this, the really nice thing about doing classes on YouTube and doing classes that are pre-recorded is that you have the ability to pause. Let's go for 3. And 3. For 2, I'm screaming a little bit in my head. And 2. Last one. And then last one. Beautiful. With your last one, you can drop your head down. You can hug the knees in towards the chest. Take a little rock from side to side. Take a moment, take a breather. Okay. From right here, we're rolling so that we come onto our right hip. You're going to reach the legs out towards the top left corner of your mat and then prop yourself up onto your right forearm. From here, it feels like my necklaces are choking me. We're pressing up and away from the mat. Again, like you're trying to give yourself a hug. You're lifting up through the side body. From here, your left hand can come in front of you. We're going to lift the left leg up, point the toe, and then bring your left leg so it comes in line with the rest of your body. Okay, so right leg a little bit forward, left leg a little bit back. We take an inhale as you lower the left toes down. Exhale as you lift the left leg back up. Inhale, you take it down. Exhale, you lift it up. Good, and you'll keep moving like that. It's a pretty tiny movement, right? You're gonna get probably about to hip height, likely not much higher than that. Okay. Always a good time to remind you that it's not about having the biggest range of motion. It's not about being the most flexible. Pilates is all about working within your own range of motion and strengthening that range of motion so that you can then progress and make it bigger, become more flexible, more stable, and more mobile. Good. Let's go for 4 more. 4. For 3. For 2. You're doing good. Last one. Good. Your leg comes down. Take a second. Take a breath. Okay. When you're ready, we're lifting the left leg back up in line with the hip. This time, flex your foot. Give me an inhale as you kick your leg forward. Exhale as you bring your leg back. It's an inhale, you go forward. Exhale, you take it back. If it's a little bit too much for you to be propped up on the forearm, you're going to come all the way down to your side and take things from right here. Okay. This is a really good option, but here we are. It's our 3rd full body class of the challenge, right? Or our 3rd full body no equipment class, our 3rd Monday, I should say. So I'm trying to challenge you a little bit. This challenge is definitely going to be a little bit more challenging than the August challenge. Let's go for 4 more. It's 4. For 3. For 2. You're doing good. And then last one. Good. Left leg's going to come back. I want you to press the inside edge of your foot into the mat. And then from here, you're reaching your left arm out. We press into the right hand. Okay. Keep your feet down. Keep your legs down. It's going to be a little press up off of the right hand, squeezing into the left side. Inhale as you take things back down. For 6 more, little press up, little lower down. For 5. For 4. 3. For 2. I'm screaming a little bit in my head. Last one. Good. With that last one, you can do whatever you want to with your left hand. I think I'm going to take mine to my hip. We'll press up off of the forearm, keeping your right hand down, keeping the legs staggered. You're going to pop up through that bottom hip. Look at you. You made it into a slide plank. Once you get here, we're not here for long. We're taking the right leg. You're going to bend the knee, pull the knee so it comes directly underneath the hip. Okay. And what a fun transition that was into a side kneeling position. Okay, from right here, left hand can stay at your hip. Again, you're pressing up and away from the mat. If this doesn't work for you, you're coming back down into the same position we were just in, forearm down, right hip down. Okay, when you're ready, we take the left leg. You're going to lift it up. Maybe it goes in line with the hip. Maybe it's a little bit lower. Take it back down. Big exhale, you lift up. Inhale as you bring it back down. Good. We won't do a lot here because this is my favorite and also least favorite position. Favorite because I love it, least favorite because it's hard. We're going for 4. Can you see me shaking for 3? Because I am. This is 2. And then last one. Left foot comes down. You take a second, take a breath. If you want a little bit of a stretch, you're going to reach the left arm up overhead, pressing the hip up towards the ceiling. Okay, when you're ready, we're coming back through center. One more thing to do here. We take the left hand back to the hip, or you can bring it down. You can come all the way down. Do what's gonna work, okay? Left leg lifts back up. We flex the foot. Do you see where this is going? You're going to take an inhale as you kick the left leg forward. Exhale as you bring the left leg back. Inhale as you take it forward. Exhale as you bring it back. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, your hand comes behind your head. We'll go for 4. And you can be right here too. For 3, a little bit closer to the mat. For 2, it can be a 2-inch kick. It can be a 3-inch kick. Last one, right? That counting was right. Left foot comes down. All right. We're going to pull the left leg in to meet the right. Sit yourself back onto your heels. Take a second, take a breath. A little shake through the right wrist. Right, I know it gets a little wristy, it does, but sometimes we have to do it. I know it's nobody's favorite. When you're ready, same exact thing on the other side. We're coming directly onto that left hip, reaching the legs out towards the top right corner of the mat. You'll lower down onto the left forearm. Same things we talked about on the first go round. You're lifting up and away from your mat, pressing actively into your mat. So we're not dumping down into the shoulder like this. Okay, press up and away. Maintain the same amount of space between you and your mat the whole time. When you're ready, I don't know if I'm ready, but if you're ready, hopefully you remember what to do. If not, I got you covered when I'm ready, right? We lift the right leg up. You're going to point the toe and then kick the right leg so it goes back in line with the rest of the body, okay? So look down at your leg, ankle, knee, hip, shoulder, all in line. We'll take the right leg, you inhale, lower it down. Exhale as you lift it back up. Inhale as we take things down. Exhale as we lift things back up. All of a sudden it got a little bit dim in here. Good, and lift. If you can keep your toe pointed, keep it pointed. For me, I always find when I am filming like more than one class in a day, my foot starts to cramp up when I try and point it for too long. So that's where I'm at. If your foot is also cramping, it's fine. Just let your foot do whatever it wants to do, okay? Don't feel pressured to do exactly what I'm doing. Let's go for 4. My leg is shaking. For 3. For 2. And then last one, you lower the right leg down, take a second, take a breath, okay? Still pressing up and away from the mat, elbow right underneath the shoulder. When you're ready, you're going to lift the right leg up, flexing through the foot, soft bend at the knee, especially if you're locking out through your joint or pressing the back of your knee back, okay? Take a second. If you're ready, you're gonna go right in. If you're not ready, you take a second. You inhale as you kick the right leg forward. Exhale as you kick the right leg back. Now this time, flexed foot. So on the way back, just see if you feel a connection into the hamstring or into the glute. Inhale as you kick forward. Exhale as you bring it back. Oh my God. Did you hear the shake in my breath right there? Oh my gosh, are you guys doing okay? Let's go for 4. And I know I get completely roasted when I'm like, are you fine? And like sometimes things are a little bit easier, but seriously, it's hard if you're doing it right. This is 2. And then last one. With that last one, right leg comes back. You can lower it down, press the inside edge of the right foot to the mat, outside edge of the left foot into the mat. Reach your right arm so it goes out by your side, reaching towards the top edge of that mat, pressing your left hand into the mat as well. How many times can I say into the mat in one sentence? When you're ready, we start to press up just a little bit off of the left forearm, squeezing into the right side oblique. Inhale as we pull things back down. You're going for 6 more. It's 6. For 5. You're doing good. For 4. For 3. 2. And then last one. Good. Everything comes in. Your right hand can come to your hip. We're going to press up off of the left forearm, bringing your left hand all the way down to the mat. Now we're anchored down into the feet. If the side plank for you on the first side was not it, bring the knees together, press up into a side plank from there. Okay, knees down is always a really good option. We're going to take a big exhale as, oh gosh, as we lift up through the hips. Once you get right here, left knee pulls in, so it goes directly underneath the hip. I need to scoot forward just a little bit. If you also need to do that, go ahead and do it. Oh my gosh. Okay, we've got the left hand down. Your wrist is right underneath your shoulder. Your knee is underneath your hip. Again, we're pressing up and away from the mat. I think I'm gonna bring my right hand to my hip. That's typically what I like. Okay, and then when you're ready, we're going to take the right leg, you lift up and then lower down. Now, maybe you can get your leg up in line with the hip. That's awesome if you can't. If you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. Good. I just have to laugh at myself sometimes. It's like I try to take filming and like teaching so seriously, but at the end of the day, it's just like sometimes I fumble over my words and that's just it. Like I am a human as well. I know it's hard to believe. We're going for 4 more like this. It's 4 for 3, 2, my leg is shaking. Last one. Good. Your leg comes down, take a second, take a breath. Again, if you want to find a stretch, reach the left arm up overhead, press up and away. No, right arm up overhead, press up and away from the mat. Whew, and you're ready. Last little bit right here. We're taking the right leg. You're lifting it up. If you can get it in line with the hip, that's great. Flex your foot. You're giving me an inhale to kick your leg forward. Exhale as you bring it back. On this side, I definitely have to come a little bit closer towards the mat in order to maintain stability. We kick forward and bring it back. Good. Kick forward, bring it back. Again, if this position is not for you, you're coming back down onto the left hip, dropping to the left forearm. Let's go for 4 more. It's 4, because I'm screaming. For 3, for 2, and then last one. Good. With your last one, right leg pulls in to meet the left. We're going to drop down onto the hip, come off of the wrist, give it a little shake, a little roll. All right, you're doing good. You're doing really, really good. From right here, we are going to get into the back body just a little bit. We always do. You guys know we hit the same like spine movements every class because it's good for us. You're coming all the way down to your mat when you're ready. Okay, chest goes down. Legs open out as wide as your mat, or definitely wider than your hips. That's the minimum. Hands go down, forearms go down. You can drop your chest, drop your gaze. When you're ready, you press into the hands. You're going to lift your chest, lift your gaze just slightly. If you'd like to come up higher, maybe you lift the front of your hips. Inhale as you slowly lower things all the way back down to your mat. For 3 more, it's a big exhale as we lift up. Inhale as we bring everything right back down. We'll go for 2. And then last one. Good. When you're ready to come all the way back down, you'll lower your chest, and we're going to reach the arms so they go out in front of us. Maybe you're reaching towards the top edge of your mat. Maybe your hands are going a little bit off of your mat, and that's fine. I want you to press into your hands and then lift your chest, drop the shoulders just a little bit. So a little tiny back extension. From right here, your left hand is going to stay down. I want you to lift the right hand, sweep it out towards the right side of your room, and you're looking at your fingertips as you bring it back. Right arm comes back in. Okay, 4 more like that just on the right side. We open up and then bring it home. We'll go for 3. For 2. And then last one. Good. Right hand comes in. We're hitting the same thing on the left side. Still a little bit lifted away from the mat. Left hand lifts up. You're going to sweep it out by your side and then bring it back in. I'm too close to the wall to be able to do this on the left side exactly, but we'll go for 4. For 3. 2. And then last one. Good. With your last one, your hands will come just underneath the shoulders. We bring the legs together. I want you to press yourself all the way up and then reach your hips back towards your heels, finding a child's pose. Pressing the chest towards the tops of the legs. We'll take a big inhale. Exhale out as you let things go. And we're hitting one more thing before you're done with me. When you're ready, coming into a tabletop position, both hands are down, both knees are down. We're pressing into the fingertips, into the knuckles, the heels of the hands, and then tucking the toes under. From here, it's an exhale as you lift the knees off of the mat. You're hovering the knees, okay? We're going to step the right foot back, so you hit a plank. Step the left foot back, so you're in a full plank. Pull the right knee in. Pull the left knee in, and then drop the knees down. For 4 more like that, we exhale, lift the knees. Right foot goes back, left foot goes back, right knee pulls in, left knee pulls in. We take the knees down. For 3, back, back, in, and drop. For 2, back, back, in, and lower. Last one, back, back, in. We'll take the knees down, untuck the toes, and then again, press your hips all the way back to your heels, finding a child's pose. When you're ready to come out of your child's pose, we'll bring things forward, coming back to tabletop. Okay, you can scoot around a little bit if you feel like you need to. When you're ready, imagining you're a dog with a tail. You sway the hips over towards the right, look over the right shoulder, bringing hip and rib cage closer together, opening up through the left side. Awesome, we'll take it through center and then hit the same thing on the left. One more each side through center. We'll go to the right. Bring it through center and then to the left. Good. Okay. When you're ready to come through center, we're reaching the hips back towards the heels, walking the hands in towards the knees, coming up into a seated position, anchoring the hips to the heels. Big inhale as you reach the arms up and around overhead. Gently, we'll press the chest forward, little baby back bend. Good. When you're ready, hands will come down by your sides. We'll swing the legs so they go out from underneath us. Take the feet in front of you, hands behind you. We'll press up and away from our mat, keeping the left foot down, crossing the right ankle over the top of the knee. We're pressing up and away from the mat, pressing the chest closer towards the legs. If you're ready to do a little bit more, give yourself a second, really be sure. We're going to tilt this whole shape over towards the left, rolling to the outside edge of the left foot. Feeling a little bit more of a release through the outside of the right hip. If that's too intense for you, don't worry about it, okay? We'll hold it right here for 3, 2, and 1. Bring it through center and then swap over to the other side, crossing the left ankle over the top of the right knee, pressing up and away from the mat, opening up through the chest, rolling the shoulders down and back. Good. If you're ready and you want to, we tilt this whole shape over towards the right. Awesome. And we'll just hold for 3, for 2, last one. Everything comes through center. We'll uncross the left ankle and then slide that left leg out to straight, bending at the right knee, pulling your foot towards the inner thigh on the left side. Arms reach out by your sides. We'll shift it over towards the left, reaching the left hand towards the inside of the left leg, reaching the right arm up and over. Big side body stretch. Awesome. When you're ready, everything comes up through center. We'll swap over to the other side. Right leg goes out, left leg pulls in, arms go out to T or by your sides. We shift to the right, lifting the left arm up overhead. Awesome. When you're ready, we'll come all the way up through center. You can pull the right leg in to meet the left. Take any other stretches that you feel like you need, but you are all finished with me for the day. Hopefully you enjoyed this workout. If you did, as always, please let me know down in the comments. Remember, you're awesome. You can do anything you put your mind to, and I will see you guys back here tomorrow. I felt too heavy.